Hey guys, Greg here, Bone Tactical. New shop video going on today, and we finally finished the terrace. We did the concrete pour on the last video. It was pretty intense, so definitely check that last video out. We finished the stairs here, so I'm walking up the floating cantilever stairs and all the way to the top floor, which is almost 20 feet just to this base of the second floor. And really, where I'm walking right now is where you saw we were doing all this concrete work. The last video, if you haven't seen it, was really cool. My dream shop build. This is the series of my dream shop build. But the last video was really cool because in the middle of pouring this concrete, I took a few minutes to actually talk about doing the work. And while I was mixing down there and then leveling the concrete and all that kind of stuff. So that's a really cool video. The sealer worked out really well. Really just everything worked out really well. It's a monster concrete slab, 6 inches in the middle, 4 inches over here on the outside with a bit of a off level, off plumb. So the water has a water runoff, and the water runoff works incredibly well. You can see it's got the mesh in the middle with the open face metal framing in the bottom, and it just really worked out well. Incredibly strong. The sealer helped seal the surface pours, and then it was wet and rainy all night and everything, and then there's just no sitting water at all, not even a tiny puddle, because there's enough runoff there to where even if there's a small, maybe like a little bit of an imperfection in the surface, it's just too much runoff for the water to sit even in a little imperfection. So it's just really cool. Yeah, this is it. That's the container build over there where I'm temporarily living. So you guys can check that out if you haven't seen the container build. That's there. The cantilever stairs are still actually boxed up. These upper portion has only been here for about 2 weeks. So we've got another week before I'm gonna wait 21 days before I actually pull the boxes off of it that holds the concrete, the form and everything. So that'll be till 21 days, but then I'm gonna put eventually, I don't know how long into the future I'm gonna take to do that, but I'm gonna put a little bit of a porch level here so you have this beautiful view of the mountains behind. But the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna run this section here, a little small section right there. That's the paint booth over there. So we're gonna do the top of the paint booth, the terrace, roof of the paint booth, concrete roof. And then we're gonna do this section here as well, which is gonna be, the next step. So then after that, once we finish, this will be the next pour, and then it'll actually, I was originally thinking gonna do it in 4 pours, but we're actually gonna do it in 3 pours. So it'll be this kind of L shape here will be the next pour, and then the final pour will be those last 4 little quadrants there on top of what will be the garage section where my car will eventually be, and then, or the Land Cruiser, shop to work on vehicles. And then the forge is that far corner. So that'll kind of be the last section there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you downstairs here in a second, and then I'm gonna show you what we've done as well here in the meantime. We finished putting in all of the joists, okay? So you can see all the joists are running here. I built all the joists. I did some really cool supports for any kind of a stretch that's longer than 15 feet. Even though it's absolutely not necessary, I did just a support beam just to be extra super heavy duty, because on the top floor, I think some of the concrete block walls are not gonna be directly on top of the joists themselves. Just to be safe, where this floor is incredibly tough, and it's gonna be basically a load bearing floor to a certain extent. And then just a monster of a build and just extra strong. But yeah, so it might be good to look at this angle from here. I will show you downstairs in a second. But this room here and this room over here are actually gonna be the sealed rooms. There's 3 sealed rooms, but 2 of them are already sealed. I'm standing on top of the photo video studio. The office will be over there. And then the 3rd sealed room will be the paint booth. And what I mean by sealed is that it's gonna be completely concrete all the way in. The rest of them are gonna be open air with the joists and then maybe some mesh or netting, but there's gonna be airflow able to come through the rest of the rooms, and then we've got the cabinets for the tool security and stuff like that. But you can see there at the far end, we've already put a concrete column there. There's one there, then we're gonna do another one on top. There's gonna be some block in there and and a big giant, what will be a metal door below that, right? Like a gate door. But that's gonna be so the paint booth can be sealed, but then also so sometime in the future, we could even be able to drive vehicles right into the paint booth. So that's why that massive opening is gonna be down there. Really, I guess you can see how we're doing the boxing of the columns. So all this wood you see around here is gonna be poured with concrete, and then it'll eventually have a column. But I'll take you downstairs to show you the rest of all that stuff. Let's go down and take a look. All right, we're gonna show you now what's inside of these concrete rooms. So basically just an absolute fortress. You can see how great the bottom of the concrete floor came out. Just really cool, and just a super, super solid sealed room. This is gonna be the photo video studio that we're gonna have production over on this side, where as of right now, what we're planning is having Willie D. Boys over here doing editing and with the rest of basically our production crew. And then on this side, we're gonna have the set, which will be basically probably have the weapons displayed in the back, and I'll build a really cool wood desk and stuff like that. It's gonna take a while, but comment below if you wanna see a really cool project where the set is just a really cool office with weapons and kind of a 007 style office type thing, what I'm thinking. Like a 007 weapons room. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I had going on in the last two that we did, and then as well as basically what we've got in the Florida facility, I've got kind of the same thing. You can see here, shout out to Zahal.org, always sending cool calendars to us. Zahal.org, my buddy Yav over there at Zahal. But yeah, this is same thing here. This is gonna be the office. 2 windows over here, 2 desks below the windows. We've got all kinds of storage and lock boxes. All of the lock boxes are complete, but I think you saw that in the last video. So that's not really anything new. I will stay tuned because we do have a lot of new updates, but I've got up here, all the joists are now installed. These are the 45-degree supports that I talked about. Any stretch that's longer than 15 feet, I used those. And what we've got going on in here is the concrete beam that I put in there. That's a small concrete beam that's not really load bearing. Well, it can be load bearing, but it's not really, I'm not really using it to be load bearing. There's another beam that's gonna go at the same level as this beam that's all the way around, and then there'll be a little line of block in between the two, and then it'll just be super strong there. This is gonna be a giant, basically barn doors, or it might actually, I'm actually thinking of having it swing out like that and lift like that, which would be pretty cool. But we'll figure all that out. Gonna eventually, I'm planning on keeping most of this open. That's why we did all the pins in the floor, so everything can just be welded, and then all the gates, so everything can be pretty much inside of the, security lock boxes, the safe boxes, homemade safe boxes, and then have this, open until at some point in the future I feel the need to seal the building as well. All right, guys, if you like the way we did the terrace, if you like the concrete roof system that we set up, let me know. Comment below if you think we should have done it differently. Share your thoughts for sure. If you guys want to see more videos like this, whatever you like, whatever you don't like, definitely wanting to hear your feedback because I make these videos for you. Thanks for watching. Bone out.